It's a summer day in August and it's brutally hot, but we're out here because Kenny and I decided to come out for a Sunday stroll at Knott's so that you guys could experience the taste of Knott's with us. So they have a lot more options. Better hop to it. Alright, so now that we found a spot in the shade where we can sit in peace and quiet away from the hustle and bustle of Fiesta Plaza, we can finally dig into the items we got. Actually, Fiesta Plaza is one of the 2 new areas that Knott's decided to open up since they did Taste of Calico when I was here the other week. Boardwalk and Fiesta Plaza are the 2 new spots, and in addition to Ghost Town, there's a lot of new food offerings, not only menu items, but also places where you can stop and get stuff. What we stopped by today are 3 of them. The first one we stopped was at Sutter's Grill for the
tater tots topped with barbecue marinated pulled pork with chipotle ranch.
And the second one is the carnitas fries from La Papa Loco. But unfortunately,
they have no cheese. Where's the cheese, Papa's Loco?
We're only stuck with carnitas and sour cream on the fries. We got the pico de gallo on the side since Kenny doesn't like cilantro. But we're not gonna let that throw our judgment off. We also got a Boysenberry mint agua fresca because it was really hot outside. But we're gonna refresh, rejuvenate before we hit the rest of the stands, and we're gonna see how these kind of start off the day. That is not bad. It's really good. It's really reminiscent of like that sweet, tangy barbecue sauce you normally associate with a really good barbecue restaurant that does it Southern style. They also have a vegan version of this where they use jackfruit instead of the pulled pork. So if you have dietary restrictions, if you're vegan, you don't want to do the meat thing, then you can go ahead and get that. It's also available at Sutter's Grill. So the carnitas fries, on the other hand, I'm a little skeptical because there's no cheese and they only put sour cream in the meat, which we have the pico de gallo on the side, but it kind of looks a little dry. It needs pico de gallo. 1 sec. Okay, so just gotta mix it up a little bit. Get the sour cream flowing with the pico de gallo. Definitely better with the pico de gallo added in it. It could benefit a lot if we had some cheese, maybe even a little bit of guacamole. That would have really helped complete it. Because when I'm used to a dish like this from a typical fast food Mexican restaurant, they have the works like the cheese, the guacamole, and it really makes it complete. Mint boysenberry agua fresca. It's not too sweet. It's very light, refreshing obviously, but it's not overly sweet. This is really good. I approve. Whoa, Kenny.
Delicioso.
I can't keep up with a young appetite like that. I'm gonna have to just scarf down these tater tots and the fries, and then wash it down with the agua fresca. Head over to the boardwalk. So with the opening of the 2 new spots, Boardwalk and Fiesta Village, not Plaza, I made that mistake, there's also more shopping opportunities instead of just dining opportunities. A lot of traditional clothing, traditional style clothing. So with these new places open for Taste of Knott's, you're definitely gonna find a few more shopping opportunities that weren't open at Taste of Calico, in addition to all the new food offerings, which is a nice touch because it just feels more like an amusement park at this point, because instead of one area being open, like how Disney has downtown Disney, and before it was Taste of Calico, now the rest of the park is beginning to open up. And I think that's kind of what everyone's craving at this point, because we haven't had theme parks for like, I don't know, 5 months I think it's been. And Knott's is one of the first places that's like allowed us to actually go inside the parks while maintaining all the safety and comfortability of social distancing. People are wearing masks, everyone's being considerate and respectful of each other's boundaries. And it's just a taste of what a theme park will probably be like for the foreseeable future. And the more they open up different parts of the parks and different offerings and events for people to enjoy, it's going to give everyone in the community a sense of kind of where entertainment is heading, at least till the end of the year. Hopefully Disney will jump on the bandwagon and continue on with their food and wine festival in the same form factor, where admission is just the food that you're paying for, not actually admission to the park. Because just like Taste of Calico, you buy your little card. At the time of Taste of Calico, it was $25 for 5 food tastings, and that was your admission. You didn't have to pay a separate admission or anything. You paid for your food, and that allowed you to get into the park and enjoy the event. This is the same thing, so Taste of Knott's. The only difference, sorry, my mask keeps like falling down as I talk. The only difference is that this card is now $30 for 5 tastings. And understandably so, because they're opening up a bigger portion of the park and they have to accommodate more staff, more places to maintain, people to come in and clean the tables after you come in and eat. So understandable that they raised it $5, which isn't that big of a deal breaker, to be honest. They have a lot more food offerings, and we're about to head up on the next one that we're getting, smoked brisket. So let's check it out. Thank you.
Pleasure. Have a great day, sir.
As well. So we came to the Boardwalk Barbecue booth number 1, and I guess there's a second one somewhere around here. And I came specifically for the brisket sandwich, which comes with a little bit of coleslaw and brisket on a hoagie bun. We're gonna go find Kenny because he grabbed us a seat. So we made our way back to Ghost Town, and we actually circled back to the front of the park at option A, which is Wagon Wheel Pizza. Instead of the mac and cheese, Kenny opted for
Mac and cheese pizza.
they got mac and cheese pizza here, which is awesome. So now we're getting to try all new stuff for the first time. We're about to chow down on our next round of options before we make our next decisions, which we're probably gonna circle back that way for dessert. All right, seat found. We're in the shade. Glasses off because it is a hot day, but it's okay because Kenny has a boysenberry smoothie. Did you take a sip already?
I did. Couldn't wait, sorry. My bad, everyone.
And I'm not gonna lie, the mac and cheese pizza that he picked up looks way better than my brisket sandwich, but I'm gonna give this brisket sandwich the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna give it just as much of a fighting chance as that mac and cheese pizza.
It's like an icy.
I did have the boysenberry smoothie at the Taste of Calico, and it was really good because it was a nice combination of tangy and sweet, and what does it taste like?
Refreshing.
I'm gonna go for the brisket sandwich, and so right off the bat, this tastes very similar to the pulled pork that we had on top of the tater tots, which isn't bad because the meat that they used for the tater tots wasn't a bad choice. But since they're so identical, I think you could save yourself a tab and get a different item rather than use it on this because they do taste really similar, even though this one has coleslaw and the bun. How about the mac and cheese?
It's good. It's kind of just like regular mac and cheese on some bread, on some pizza bread. If you're a fan of mac and cheese like me, you don't mind. But if you had high expectations, it's alright. It's alright.
Alright, I'm gonna add my spin on it. Super cheesy. It's really good mac and cheese, actually. It's just like they got an unfinished plain pizza without the marinara sauce, without any toppings on it, and they just put mac and cheese on it and threw it in the oven. That's pretty much the best I can use to describe it. It's really good. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but that's way better than the brisket sandwich. I approve of the pizza. That was really good. Kenny chowing down on the brisket sandwich.
Just got a whole lot of bread in that bite. Hold on, one more.
Letting it soak in, letting the taste buds accumulate.
I do like this better. I do like the pizza better than the brisket. Meat's chewy. I didn't really taste the coleslaw as much.
So we each have 2 left. I haven't decided what my 4th item is gonna be. I could either go food or I could go something sweet, which I might lean towards because you can't go wrong with dessert at Knott's Berry Farm.
Thank you very much. Oh.
So I guess this time around, whereas Taste of Calico, they actually gave you a funnel cake. This time they switched it up and they went with funnel cake fries, which is what Kenny grabbed, as well as the boysenberry pie bites. And right now we're gonna go grab my share of dessert, which is going to be the French toast churro sticks and the blue lemon velvet, something like that, cookie witch. Ta-da! So the booths are actually the Chow How ice cream and the gourmet churro factory. And it looks like we're up next, so we're gonna grab our dessert and find a spot to settle down. So now that we have our desserts in order, I managed to get the two that I wanted, which are the blue lemon velvet cookie witch. This is the, I guess, alternate version to the one they had at Taste of Calico, which was the boysenberry cookie witch. This one's a little bit different, very like color appealing, and French toast churro sticks from the gourmet churro factory. Ooh, that is really good. You can definitely taste the lemon in the cookie. The issue that I had with the one from Taste of Calico was the cookie that they used was a good cookie, but it was a little bit hard. Maybe that was because they left it on the ice cream too long, or maybe they kind of froze them a little bit before, but this one, easily chewable. You can really enjoy this one and bite into the ice cream. And it's not pooping into the bottom of the wrapper like the one at Taste of Calico did, where you just bit here and it squeezed out the other side. So that's a big plus. This is essentially what it is. It's a churro stick, just mini size and with probably a little bit more cinnamon sugar. Kind of gives it a French toast-ish taste and a caramel dipping sauce to go along with it, which is a nice touch. The beauty of coming with someone else is you can just take what you have and dip it in their sauce and make a nice combo. That's really good.
These are the pie bites, boysenberry pie bites. Here we go. Real fruity. Sweet, warm still. Soft, tasty. Nice little treat.
Kenny's a fan of French toast, so he was really looking forward to trying these ones out.
Buttercream. Tastes like pistachio.
I don't know where he got pistachio from, because it didn't taste anything like pistachio, so now I'm a little bit concerned of what he thinks about all the rest of the food.
It was just that first bite.
I think this one is pretty straightforward. If you like the funnel cakes at Knott's or just anywhere like food or amusement park, then this is going to be exactly that, just in French fry form instead of one big massive funnel cake that you have to tackle with friends. Speaking of friends, like, beauty of this kind of event is coming with a group of people. If you have a bunch of people who have 5 items each that you get to try, then you get more of a smorgasbord and you get a variety of all the stuff that they have to offer. Like, I probably wouldn't have gotten the funnel cake fries, but Kenny got it, and so I still have to try the pie bites. They're just dunked in powdered sugar. Half the surface area is powdered sugar. It has like a bread pudding texture, I guess, because the outside is crispy, but then the inside is doughy and soft. Not doughy as in undercooked, but because the inside is so moist from the berries, it just retained a lot of that softness and moisture. And when you combine it with the caramel dipping sauce from the churro sticks, it's a win-win.
It's all melting.
Ooh.
Lemony. Oh man.
Dripping on the table, man.
Sorry. Ooh. That's tasty. I can definitely taste the lemon. Ice cream is nice and cold. Pretty good.
This is running through mid-September, so hopefully by then the fall weather is going to start to kick in and it's not going to be so humid and hot. And also, the more friends you have that you want to bring along, bring them, because the more of these you have, the more stuff you're going to get to try and experience. You get to try a bunch of new things that you haven't seen already. The more people we have to try them out with, the more you're going to get to go through all of them. We'll catch you on the way out. Well, we did it. We finally got out of the exit gates. We had our fill of food for sure, and we managed to make it out with a boysenberry pie for later, of course. All in all, this was a really good event. Obviously, I came for Taste of Calico, which was very similar. The only difference being that the park was much more open, I guess, with the added areas. Even though it was a sold-out event for today, I did not feel overcrowded at all. It felt very chill. I'm not sure if they upped the capacity since they opened the park up, or if they kept the capacity the same and just let people disperse a little bit more with those open areas. Regardless, I didn't feel like claustrophobic or like I was bumping shoulders with anyone. Maybe Disney will just take some cues and do a version of their own. Whatever it is, we'll be there to catch you on the next one.
No, that's pity. I can tell the difference. Knock it off. I know what that is. All right, now like I said, I'm gonna teach you how to do this trick. If nothing else, I'm a man of my word. I would never lie to you more than once.